everyone. I've been at the computer for a little while and I thought of, I was thinking of something and I have a question to you, my cousins and relations. Do you ever take a moment and assess every time you've been asked the question, is there an Ohlone tribe? And how, for one, you're usually in the position of educating people and put on the spot. So depending on your mood or patience or also availability, sometimes some people ask these questions in passing. Sometimes it's a nice one-on-one conversation and you're like, you know what, I'm going to take the time and really offer my insight. And it depends on who. Sometimes you want to protect that knowledge. Sometimes we don't want to get too deep into it and talk about tribal politics and how nitty-gritty is. And I usually ask people, how deep down the rabbit hole do you want to go? Do you want to go to how originally on the maps we're called Costanoan, and how the Spaniards called us Costaños, tribal territory Ohlone, how there's different language groups and dialects and how they vary and how the people just want to be called people? I would love to hear from you what your perspective is and how you answer these questions. And also, for our allies and our relations that are neighboring by, how you answer that question if ever you're in the position to offer insight when someone says the Ohlone tribe, or an Ohlone person, or a Costanoan person, or a Costanoan tribe, or why don't you and then we get down to the deeper conversation, why don't you receive monies from the government and federal recognition? I'm trying to find a delicate, diplomatic, or just respectful, concise, factual, to the point, insightful way of saying it. Because I do want to offer as much information without boggling the mind for the first time for someone, but I also don't want to be offended and hear them say, oh, you're the Ohlone tribe. I do like to say I do identify as an Ohlone person because that is a contemporary term that aids in identifying Bay Area peoples. I'm a fence walker on Costanoan. Our nonprofit's called Costanoan Indian Research, but that was due to the data available when we patented that LLC or the nonprofit. And also because it's in the documentation. We're still labeled that, so as much as we don't want to perpetuate it, it's still a useful tool in education. I want us to work together, and I want to work on ways that we can educate the public together. I really would love your insight, because trust me, on any given day, and also my attitude, if someone comes at me like, don't you this and don't you that, don't you receive money from the government, don't you, well, I know someone who does, don't you have a BIA number? And it's like, no, there isn't such a thing, and no, there isn't such a thing, and I'm just like, don't rile the coyote inside. I digress. So to my relations, my cousins, and my allies and friends and family and foes and those who know me and those who don't, for the knowledge that you know of people of the Bay Area, from San Francisco down to Monterey Bay, what is a convenient, respectful, factual, it could be in-depth, but concise way of acknowledging how diverse we are and also educating people the terms. And, KISS. Keep it simple, silly. I'd love your insight. Please. I would love to try and add it to the coloring book, to that Milliken map. Is it Milliken's map? And acknowledge it to be his map, and saying like, no, this isn't the Mutsun tribe, and this isn't the Aswaswas tribe. There are many village sites, and there are many peoples and bands and family groups in this territory. Blah, 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 blah. I would love to help educate people and also offer that cultural sensitivity that they don't know. Some of us are still learning, and the best way we can go forward is just offering those pieces of respectful information that we can share. I'm not trying to give out, family secrets. I'm not trying to give out territories and spaces and sacred sites. I'm nowhere near trying to do that. But respectful acknowledgments and public voicing of who we are as people. I'm trying to put Kan Rakat Canyon Ama Mutsun Mukurma Tom Sanak Kanis Tom Sanak Kanis. You guys have a good one.